Hey everyone, Boom Shikha here. I hope that you guys are doing amazing wherever you are in the world. I wanted to welcome you to the group. If you are new, thank you for joining, and hopefully that these videos will be helpful to you. If you guys liked a particular topic and you want me to speak more about that, let me know about that as well because I'm always looking for feedback. In today's video, as you guys can tell, we're going to be speaking about a low information diet. I've been actually talking to a lot of people about this because a lot of individuals that I know are constant learners, are always reading, are always learning, and I love that about these people. It's absolutely amazing. But I've also noticed a trend where a lot of individuals who love to learn are also not really applying a lot of this knowledge that they're gaining into their lives. And I feel like that's absolutely a waste of time, especially think about it. This person, this author, put together this amazing stuff for you. So they are writing this book. They spend probably months, years writing that book, researching it, all that stuff. The gems of knowledge that's in that book is there for a reason. They put it there because they believe that it could change your life. So there's a reason that there's all this information coming at you. Also, the fact that you picked up this particular book over anything else, there is a reason for that as well. Obviously, the universe is telling you that you need the information in this book because it's going to change your life if you really utilize it properly. So the universe is sending you a sign as well. So you have this book, you're reading it, you engage in it, you take in all the information, and then you don't use it. I think that's absolutely a waste of your time, the author's time, the universe's time, all the people that actually engage with you to tell you this information is important, pay attention and use it, right? So what I've been doing is that I've been on a very, very low information diet, and I've been making sure that I listen to as few podcasts as possible, read as few blog posts as possible, read as few books as possible. But when I do read something, and if I really, really engage with it and really means that's important to me, because the fact that I'm reading only one little thing every single day, and I see that it's important and it shows the specific item, there's a reason for it again, as I said, I make sure I pick one item out of that book, out of that page, out of that blog post, out of that podcast. I pick one item that really spoke to me, that caused goosebumps to come up, or that caused me to shiver, because I realized that was really important. And that's actually a sign as well. When you shiver or you have goosebumps, it's the universe telling you, it's your body telling you, your body's intelligence telling you, pay attention. This is important freaking stuff. All right? So when I come across something like that during my day, even if I'm just sitting with a friend and she's telling me something and I just have sudden shivers or goosebumps, or all of a sudden I feel, oh my God, this is really important, pay attention. I light up. I go really intense, I gaze into their eyes, I focus, and I integrate that learning into my life. But not only that, I'll go home and I'll create a video about it, because I know that the more I talk about it, the more I write about it, the more it's integrated into my body, the more I'm able to use it. Secondly, I'll go home and I'll try to integrate it into my morning routine or into my routine somehow, or I'll try to integrate it into my learnings in a more positive way. For example, I was reading this book today. It's called The One Thing, and I absolutely freaking recommend this book to every person who's listening. It's by Gary Keller, and it's absolutely life-changing. Seriously, guys, I'm not joking about this stuff when I say these things. This book is exponential growth. So read this book if you have time. If not, just listen to it, whatever it is, but take it in. One of the things that he really spoke about was the domino effect. And I'm going to share a link in the comment section for a YouTube video where he said that a tiny, tiny baby domino, a tiny, tiny baby domino that you need a tweezer to move, that domino can move something that's 50% bigger than it. So that if you have a series of these dominoes in succession, so you have one tiny baby one and then a little bit bigger one, 50% bigger, and then a bigger, 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 this tiny baby domino can move a 3-foot domino, can topple a 3-foot domino. Guys, are you listening to this? When I heard that, my mind was baffled. I literally sat there in awe. So I'm going to share that YouTube link with you because seriously, you have to see it to really believe it. This baby domino moved this 3-foot domino. And that is a domino effect. that can be applied in our life as well. So what is that one thing that's going to absolutely domino your life? It's going to affect your life in a way that completely exponentially changes it. And so when I read that, instant light bulb went off in my head, obviously. I had goosebumps. I shivered. I was like, okay, boom, that is important. I need to pay attention to this. How am I going to integrate it into my life? And I started thinking about my own life. What is that one thing that I can do in my life on a daily basis that's going to move my life forward, that's going to have an exponential effect on my life? Now, I'm kind of wavering between two things, either the live videos, because that's been really, really amazing, and eventually want to be a motivational speaker, so this is really great practice. And writing. I'm a great writer, and I know I've reached a lot of people through my writing, so I know I need to write more. So videos and writing, those are the two things. They're the big things that I can do on a daily basis that's going to exponentially change my life. Meditation also comes into that as well, but meditation is something, it's a practice that is a daily practice. I would do that no matter what I did in my life. I mean, that is just an essential thing for me in order to be alive, in order to be truly alive, in order to be me. I need to meditate. So those three things come up in my mind. I'm still thinking about it. I'm still writing through it. I'm still journaling through it. But what is that one thing for you? So kind of sidetracked a bit, but that book absolutely changed my perspective on things, right? And that was important. But if I had just read that book and I hadn't applied it, and I hadn't thought about it, I hadn't completed the circle being the person gives me information and I complete it by actually applying it. So complete the circle. If I hadn't completed the circle, that information is wasted. Seriously, I'm not even joking. You can read 1,000 books, but if you don't apply that information, if you just read it and let it simmer and don't do anything with it, it's a waste of your time. It's a waste of that author's time. It's a waste of the universe that sent you that book. It's a waste completely all around. So please, guys, please stop doing this to yourself. Read a book, get some information from a podcast, read a blog post, whatever it might be, but choose one thing from that book that you're going to apply right away, that you're going to apply right freaking away. If you don't do that, you haven't completed the circle, you've wasted everyone's time. Because information, knowledge in itself does not equate to success. Everyone, thousands of people on this planet who have PhDs, who read a lot, who are always consuming information. But do they do anything with that information? No, a lot of people end up just using that information as a source of, like telling people, oh, I know this stuff, kind of like using it as like I'm better than you, I know all of this information. Well, it doesn't really matter. It does not matter if you have that information in your head. Are you actually using it? I'm sorry to say this, but there are a lot of people I know who have so much knowledge in their head, so intelligent, so brilliant, but they're not doing anything with that information. And I know you guys know who I'm talking about. If it's you, I'm not saying this to be derogatory. I'm not saying it to put you down. I'm saying it, start using that information. Do not be afraid to use that information. The only time this information is actually going to change your life is if you use it. Otherwise, it's just barren waste. It's just sitting there and it's useless. Absolutely freaking useless. And I don't want to be rude in any way, but unless you guys are using that information that you're reading or consuming, you are wasting your time. Pick just one thing. Even if you read a whole book, a 300-page book, pick one thing that really spoke to you, that caused you to get those goosebumps, that caused you to feel, oh my God, this is important information. I really need to use it. Use it somehow. You can use it imperfectly. Just pick it, do something weird with it, do something mundane with it, write about it, hear it, do whatever you need to do. I don't really care how you use it, but use it. Because as soon as you do, it's going to change your life in a profound manner, and you have completed the circle. I hope that this makes sense to you guys. I just want to remind you that a low information diet is what I'm on, and it's so useful because what I can actually do is consume very little information, but really, really important stuff, use it right away, and not be in this information, like being overwhelmed by all this information that's coming at us. You know how it is. There's so much we can read, so much we can do every single day. We need to cut it down because otherwise we're not actually, again, using that information, but also we're going to feel overwhelmed because there is a lot of information out there for us to consume, a lot of great information, a lot of useful information. But we really need to decide what's important to us, how are we going to consume it, how are we going to use it. So I'm on a low information diet myself. I only consume one piece of information every morning, and that is all. I don't read any blog posts. I don't listen to any podcasts. I read one piece of information. It might be like a chapter of a book, and that is all. That's all I consume in the day. The rest of my day is spent creating content. The rest of my day is spent creating videos and blog posts and video courses and things like that. Of course, I will meet up with people and I'll have conversations that I learned from, obviously. That doesn't include my low information diet. But I spend a lot of my time instead of consuming, creating. And that is what the main message of this video is. So I hope this makes sense to you. Again, my name is Shikha. If you guys find this information useful at all, please do invite your friends into the group or share these videos with them. I would be enamored if you guys did that. Until next time, I'm going to be speaking about something really interesting next time, so please stay tuned. I already have it planned out in my head, so I really had to kind of drop this bomb. Hopefully, I'll see you guys next time around. Bye for now.